Hello there, it's Michael Kies. I'm author of the Make More Sales series of seminars and also author of the book Unreasonable, The Power of Expectations. And I want to welcome you today, and I hope you're having a great day in this wonderful world of real estate. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 things you cannot afford to leave out of your listing presentation. You see, these days your vendors want more from the listing presentation appointment. They have access to great information on how to choose the best agent, and they have access to the internet so they can find out all about you before you arrive. And they're shopping around more for the best value agent. I had a phone call from somebody the other day, and they said they chose their agent based on the testimonials that this agent had on the internet. The agent has beautiful testimonials on there. If you haven't got testimonials on the internet, and beautiful ones with photographs and with phone numbers, put the phone numbers of the vendors on there, but ask for their permission first. And some people say they have trouble getting testimonials. Well, I'll give you a tip on how to get good testimonials, is write them for the vendors and then take them around, sit down and say, I hope you agree with this, and put it in writing for them, because a lot of vendors just don't know how to write a good testimonial. Do that for them and you will get great testimonials. Great testimonials are social proof that you're the agent that they should choose to be their agent, and therefore you will get the business. We're experiencing an upturn now. But a lot of vendors, I was going to say in the last 5 years, but a lot of vendors forever have listed their houses at well over market and still want discount fees. Have you had that happen to you? Of course it does. It happens every day of the week. Most vendors want at least 10% above market for their property. So what 3 things are you leaving out of your listing presentation that are making the vendor feel like you are not the right agent for them? What aspects of your competitor's listing presentation is getting the vendors to choose them? How are your competitors making the vendors feel like paying their fees is value for money? How are they doing that? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you cannot afford to miss in your listing presentation so that you can be the trusted agent for all your vendors, so that you can demonstrate every time that you are the highest value agent for the job, so that ultimately you can make more money for the vendors and have a prosperous and successful career in this wonderful world of real estate. Let's have a look at the first step. It's the 2-step presentation. You must ensure that all decision makers are present, but often one of the potential vendors will want to see you without the other one being present. So what do? To counter this, you pop around and reappoint for another time. And next week, I'll complete the video on the intricacies of this process and why it's so important. I'll cover how this process allows you to personalise your listing presentation for your individual vendors, which leads me to the second point. And the second point is very important. It's called rapport building. So number 2 is rapport building. Have you ever been in a situation where you've wanted to buy something, but there's been no rapport between you and the salesperson? And you just can't bring yourself to buy it because there's this lack of rapport and you just don't get on with that salesperson. They're not likeable and they're not trustworthy. And so you walk out of the shop or you don't buy the particular product because of that. It happens. It's happened to me. So make sure it doesn't happen to you when you go to the vendors. And you need to know how to build rapport. And Brian Tracy, the author, says in the first 4 seconds the vendor makes an opinion about you. And in the next 30 seconds, the vendor makes a decision about you. And for the rest of the presentation, they spend the whole time justifying the decision they make about you in the first 34 seconds. So when you knock on the door, make sure you knock enthusiastically. Make sure you have a smile on your face. Make sure that you are dressed well. There's an old Chinese proverb that says a person who cannot smile should not be in business. So a smile is one of the best rapport building things that you can do. So make sure you have a smile. You leave the worries of the world behind you. Rapport is so significant that without it, you'll not make many sales. It's as simple as that. And the sales you make without rapport are usually with people who focus on fees and fees alone, and they are pains to deal with. And you don't want to be dealing with people who are difficult to deal with. You want to be dealing with nice, happy people that you have great rapport with. So make sure you build good rapport. Number 3 is the close. And you must know how to close your vendor and when is the right time to do so. You must be able to read the body language of your potential vendor for signs and pointers for the right time. And I'm going to leave you today with one of my favourite closes that has got me hundreds of listings And it's so simple that the vendors have no idea they're being closed. And this close alone has made many vendors feel that I was the only agent who wasn't pushy. Isn't that a great feeling when they say that? So here it is. You use the ascending close. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you know how passionate I am about your beautiful property, don't you? Yes. You want to get the best price for your home, don't you? Yes. Do you believe I'm the best person to do that? Yes. Well, why don't we just give it a go? And you close it off and you remain silent and you wait for the yes. Silence is so powerful. And they say yes, and then you move straight on the paperwork and you have the listing. And you are so excited inside. But you can't let that excitement out. You've got to stay calm. You've got to stay calm. And you've just got the listing. Why don't we give it a go? It's such a powerful close that you can use. Anybody can use that. So I want to thank you for your time today on watching this week's video. Next week, I'll go deeper on the two-step listing presentation and how to use it to build rapport by customising your presentation to the particular client. Hey, I'd love it if you'd let me know if these videos are helping you. So if they are, please leave me a comment below the video. Thanks for watching. It's Michael Kies saying goodbye.